Hey, what's up guys? In this video, I sat down with my buddy Britt in IT Park in Cebu City, and we talked all about dating life in the Philippines. The main focus and point was basically to say, it is relatively easy to find dates here in the Philippines. It's relatively easy to get attention and to have Filipinos be interested in you. However, it's not necessarily easy at all to find that perfect someone for you, where things come together, where you want to commit and settle into a long-term relationship. There's actually quite a few different barriers to that. We didn't get into all of it in this video. We focused on one main barrier that comes up all the time with different expats that I talk to. We talk about that. We talk about a bunch of other stuff through Britt's eyes and his perspective since coming to the Philippines about 1.5 years ago. Let's get to the interview. We're going to talk about dating here in the Philippines, but we're going to talk from a perspective of this. We always talk about how good it is here. It's great, right?
Very good.
Britt is a huge fan of dating and the relationship opportunities here. However, Britt, you're single.
Yes.
Right? So the question is, if it's so great, why are you still single?
I haven't found the right one yet. Still looking.
All right, well, let's dig into that. Let's unpack that.
All right.
So why is it great?
There's abundance of females that are wanting to go out with foreigners. It's not very hard to go online and meet someone. It's not very hard to go out here to the local mall and walk around the mall and actually sing a song and get a date if I wanted a date. But it's just no issues or no problems getting a date here compared to back in the U.S.
So getting the date is easy.
Yes.
And that's what most guys will tell you. But is finding the one that you can see yourself with long term difficult?
It is more difficult because you run into obstacles. Everyone has an obstacle and you got to think about how important that obstacle is to you. And so I look at, for example, every Filipino that I actually met has one of two issues, and that's what always comes up all the time. Either they work full-time or they go to school full-time. And that's a big issue. And it just so happens everyone I've actually dated here either works full-time or goes to school full-time.
So why can't you just date the way you would with someone back home that works full-time? How is it different here?
Because I'm no longer working. I want to have some fun. I want to go travel the Philippines and see different areas. I want to go to the beach and do things. And why be in a relationship if she can't do those things with you? That's the way my mind is reading right now. So I have to determine priorities when it comes to dating. I got to figure out what my priorities are and what I can deal with and what I can't deal with.
Let's talk about the difference between working full-time in the U.S. and working full-time here. Because working full-time, a girl working full-time, you can still meet her for happy hour, grab drinks. Both of you have a car, you can just meet somewhere. It's a lot easier. Where Filipinas, they often work 6 days a week. They work longer days, and they have to commute to and from where they live.
Yes.
They're exhausted, and they're commuting in like a jeepney, right? So everything takes longer, everything is more tiring. And then on their one day off, laundry,
Sunday,
they're doing chores, they're resting. There's very limited time.
Yes.
So dating a full-time student or full-time employee is very different. Now, what about meeting a girl that doesn't work? Have you met girls that are unemployed, but they give you the impression that they're just looking for a foreigner online and that's going to be their source of income?
I've met them actually online.
Yeah.
Never met them in person though.
Yeah. There's a lot of girls, a ton of them online on these dating apps.
Yes.
That they say they're looking for work, and maybe they do, but they're not. They're going on dates, they're getting allowances. A foreigner is essentially going to be their source of income. And therefore, like what I'm getting
I don't understand. I'm going to explain.
They will come with you, they'll move in with you, they'll do anything. But they're often red flag situations with a lot of these girls.
What I run into as far as the online dating experience is you'll have ones that right off the bat will tell you that they don't have a job, if they're the ones that don't have a job, and those are the ones that come off right off the bat and say, hey, I'm having a hard time coming up with rent. I'm having a hard time coming up with some bill money. I'm in one of these homes, I forget what they call those homes where they have like 20 Filipinas in a boarding house.
Yeah.
They may live in a boarding house and they don't have the funds to pay for the boarding house. Those will eventually, within the first 10 minutes of conversation, be telling you that, hey, I would love to come over to your house right now and I will charge you 2,500 or 3,000 pesos for a night and we'll have a good time. That's not what I'm looking for, so that doesn't happen to me.
Hello everybody! You love Philippines? You have to come here. Anytime. The weather and the food, everything.
Thanks, man.
Many things.
Many good things.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you, bye.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like one extreme or the other, right?
Like I said, I haven't really went out with anyone who doesn't have school or work. Now, have I had the opportunities? Oh, I've had plenty, because the ones without work have all offered to come over to my house the very first date.
Yeah.
I just never done that.
No,
it's not my thing.
This is the main thing, guys. Yes, it's everyone runs into that. It's either the easy girl that will just move in with you. Maybe they're just looking for a one night, but sometimes they're not, and they're looking for a boyfriend, but they're just so focused on just having someone take care of them. It's so focused on just rescue me. And a lot of times guys will go for that because it's suitable for their lifestyle. They have all the time in the world, they're retired, and these girls are willing and able and have the time, and they'll just jump on board. But a lot of times they're not that genuine. A lot of times they have 10 other boyfriends, foreigners that they were just with, one after the other. And so the good girls that a lot of guys are very attracted to for a long-term relationship are responsible, hardworking,
Yes.
no time.
Dedicated to their families.
Yeah.
Dedicated to their families, the good ones.
So that's a big barrier right there. Are you optimistic, or do you think single life and dating life can be a long-term solution?
It could be. I still got hope. I'm still hoping for the best.
Let me ask you this. Are you happy being single?
Well, I love it here. I love the Philippines. I mean, so I'm happy every day. People always ask me about my happiness. I'm not sure what makes it so much different, but like when I was at home, living in the States, and I was at home by myself, I was miserable. But here, when I'm actually hanging out at my house by myself, I am completely happy. I mean, I'm smiling. I'm not sure if it's because I'm not working any longer. I get to do what I want when I want. It could be part of that.
Probably.
I think it's just because I'm happy inside, where I didn't have that happiness back home.
Does that make you feel fulfilled, where the missing piece, maybe you felt you needed a partner, a wife, to fill that void of happiness? Do you feel like because you're so fulfilled on your own, it takes the pressure away to like feel like you need a partner? Or
Yeah,
is there
probably
something missing with not having a serious relationship? Do you feel something's missing?
Well, the thing is back in the States, you're so limited on dates. So therefore, you're just out there saying, I'll take the first thing that comes along because I'm not getting any attention at all. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden you're in a new country and you're getting a lot of attention, or you can get lots of attention, and it takes that burden away from you. It takes that stress away from you as far as looking for dates here compared to back in the States. Like I said, when you're talking about back in America, you're talking about living with, getting maybe, say 2 messages per week. Whereas here, I may get 15 in a day. So the options are here that are not back in the States. So therefore it makes me happy inside knowing that, hey, I'm wanted. And I think it's a big part of it. Again, I'm wanted here, and back in America I was kind of like the invisible man.
Yeah.
It's a huge difference.
It's sort of like a blessing and a curse.
Yes.
Really. And you guys got to be prepared for that when you come here. There are guys here though that will find someone right away and will find happiness with that right away. I think it comes down to knowing what you want, because a lot of that is figuring out what you want.
Oh yeah.
This variety of girls that you're dating.
I have one of my best friends here. He met his girl like the first 2 weeks he was here in the Philippines, and now they have lived in the Philippines. He's been here for the exact amount of time that I have, for 15 months. And for 15 months, him and her have traveled all around the Philippines together in his van. And again, he is so completely happy in life and loving it here. Again, a lot of that's got to do with her.
Dating, it's a cycle you go through. You date, you hang out, maybe you meet someone else, you go on a date, you hang out, but you're not building memories together.
Correct.
You're not building a life together. That's totally unique to having a real partner like that.
Yes, I'm coming from the standpoint that all my dates either are in school, they cannot travel, or they have a job and cannot travel. So that's where my dilemma comes in. I have to, if I'm still searching, do I have to settle down with a woman that has a job and loves me to death and wants to travel once in a blue moon, or do I want somebody that I can travel with now all the time? And that's the problem
Right.
I'm running into. I'm wanting the one that can travel all the time whenever I want to go.
I'm the same as
I want them
you.
to go. I want them to go when I want to go.
Tell me what you think of this, because I'm 100% the same as you. This is the biggest barrier for me too, is time.
Yes.
Now, if you meet one that seems like it has the potential, could you not consider, because this is how I look at it, at a certain point after you've hung out enough.
Yep.
Now, that's going to take a while because you're only hanging out so infrequently. Then you present the, hey, I want to have you take a leave of absence.
Yes.
Quit your job. I think a leave of absence is the way to go. Like a first phase is, hey, take some time off. And maybe they don't give her a paid time off, and then you replace that. You say, okay, I'm going to pay your time off.
Correct.
Then we have a week together and do a few of those.
That's my goal, is to find the right one. But again, it takes
to get
months
to the point where you
or a year to be with that person before you're actually going to go to them and say, hey, we quit your job for me.
That's where 100%. This is the big problem. Is like dating.
Time. It's always
someone
time.
Takes time.
Yes.
And you're limited, and even the energy that they
Yes.
have to give you for communication away from being together, it's like bland texting here and there because they're exhausted or they're
Yep.
at work, and then you meet up for a little date.
Exactly
and
right.
Back to the grind again. This is a huge thing.
Yep.
And some guys will just say, quit your job right away, move in, and they'll just jump in, and it's a huge risk.
My friend did that. I mean, his girlfriend worked for 9 years, same company.
Yeah.
And she up and quit her job. I mean, but they've been happily ever after for 15 months now.
Okay, that's the guy that you just
Yes.
described. So it is possible here.
It is
I know
it is
guys that
possible.
have done the same thing, but I also know guys that did that in nightmare. They move in, they can't get rid of them, and it's like,
Correct.
I didn't know you were like that. Well, you didn't spend any time together.
Yep.
It depends on you, but this is a huge thing. So amazing place to date, amazing place to feel desired,
Yes.
and that makes you feel happy. Makes any guy feel happy.
That brings you a smile to your face every day. People
Yeah.
ask me why it's so easy for me to be happy here. That's why. I wake up every single morning knowing that I'm wanted and I'm not invisible anymore. So I'm completely happy.
And going on dates, you have companionship.
Yes.
Well, there you go, guys. This is something for you guys to consider before you come here.
Yes.
It's all positive. The best part of this is that it's a good problem to have.
Very good problem to have.
And there's always a feeling of at least hope that maybe you have a few bad experiences, because that can happen here too. But there's always a feeling of hope that there's someone around the corner, because you could just hop back online and just get a bunch of matches, start chatting and go on some dates again. And that's enough to kind of keep most guys
options you don't have in the
All right,
States.
here we go. Yeah, you can. It's like if a relationship doesn't work out in the States, you're like, shit, back to the drawing board. It could take 6 months or a year before you feel like you're going.
Here it could take 2 days.
Back on the horse. So, anyways, well, thanks for that, Britt. Appreciate it.
All right.
It's all good things, guys. Nothing to be afraid of. Come here. Enjoy the. You should take your time, anyways, and kind of figure all this out. But if you figure out what you're looking for, and you're not overly picky, and you're ready to settle into something, and you avoid the girls that are after your money, or you don't ignore the red flags, you can find yourself in a great, happy relationship, marriage pretty quickly.
In a great country to live in.
In a great, safe, awesome, friendly country. So
yes.
To each their own on how you want to approach the whole dating thing. But being single doesn't suck.
No.
And the freedom and the lifestyle that you can live here, it's pretty awesome.
That's great.
As a single guy and waiting for the right one. Anyways, thanks guys, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Go check out Britt's Philippine Adventure.